Claynocchio. The assignment in Mr. Hanna's art class was to mold a person out of clay. Susie had just completed hers. She had a very real-looking boy with a smile face, arms and legs, 10 fingers, tennis shoes, and a baseball cap. Suddenly, the clay boy seemed to wiggle just a little.
Did you just move? Did I move? I twitched the tiniest bit, and now you seem surprised. Well, I can stand and dance and jump and run. Oh, I can move all right. I can do anything you can do. Only I can do it better and faster. But who are you? What is your name? I'm Claynocchio. My full name is Claynocchio Washington Superman Cleary Ham. George Washington is a very distant cousin of mine, on my father's side. I'm also related to Superman. Have you read any books by Beverly Cleary? She's my mother. Do you know Mia Hamm, the soccer player? She's my sister, my little sister. I am much better at soccer than she is. You can just call me Clay.
Susie noticed that as Claynocchio spoke, his ears kept getting larger and larger.
What's going on, Susie? There seems to be some commotion at your desk.
Nothing, Mr. Hannes. I'm just talking to I'm working on clay figure.
Just then Claynocchio asked, Then Susie asked Claynocchio another question.
Where are you from? Canadawaxia, the 8th continent, is right below Antarctica in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. I traveled here by pumpkin coach, just like Cinderella, and if I'm not back by midnight, I turn into something even cooler and funnier and smarter than I already am.
As he talked, Claynocchio's ears were growing still larger. Now Mr. Hanners was walking around the classroom, looking at his students' clay figures.
Very interesting. Susie's a pretty normal-looking boy with a cap, tennis shoes, and a smiling face. But his ears are a little bit out of proportion, don't you think?
Just then, Claynocchio stuck out his tongue.
Did your clay figure just stick his tongue out at me?
Oh, I stuck out my tongue all right. You're lucky I didn't do worse. When I lived in Africa, I was a lion tamer. Sometimes, if the lion did not behave, I would have to tug on his mane. I can lift 100 pounds above my head with one hand. I can run 120 miles an hour backward and while blindfolded.
Claynocchio's ears were growing huge. Mr. Hanner's eyes were getting very wide.
A talking clay figure and a very untruthful one. Oh my, well, I've never. Something must be done at once.
Mr. Hanners hurried up to see the principal, Mrs. Reichert. When she learned about Claynocchio, Mrs. Reichert decided to make an announcement over the intercom.
There is a clay figure on the loose in Mr. Hanner's room. He's making all kinds of ridiculous claims. He does not appear to be dangerous. Still, please be careful if he walks into your classroom.
Walk into your classroom? Who is that Mrs. Reichert kidding? Try flying into your classroom. All I have to do is flap my ears and I can take off. I'm faster than a jet plane. I traveled to the moon once. It took me 5 minutes. I landed on the moon before any astronaut ever did. I have also been to Neptune. I look great in a spacesuit.
By now, all the kids in Mr. Hanner's class were staring at Claynocchio. He was getting worked up, talking loudly about how well he could fly.
Hey, Claynocchio, can you fly and catch me over there and get my kite down?
Hey, fly over here and help me with my mouth.
Claynocchio started to flap his huge ears. The motion kicked up a breeze in the classroom. Soon he actually believed he could fly. He ran to the edge of Susie's desk. He hit the ground with the plunk and split into two.
I was flying really well. Someone swatted me out of the air with a ruler. You're all just jealous because I am so smart and funny and strong and fast and handsome. You all want big, beautiful ears like mine. Put me back together at once. Hey, put me back together. I will put you back together, but on one condition, you have to stop all this lying. But I'm the best liar in the whole world. In fact, I'm the best in the whole universe. That may be true, but you're going to have to stop or else I will leave you in 2 halves.
Claynocchio agreed. Susie put him back together forever after. He stuck around in Mr. Hanner's classroom. He helped kids work in clay. Sometimes after Claynocchio had been really good and helpful, Mrs. Reichert let him get on the announcements and say the morning announcements. The end.